What is going on, YouTube? This is Travis P11 and I'm doing my first range report accuracy test of the Ruger 9e. I fired 3 different types of ammo through it this afternoon. I've had it for about a month and haven't had a chance to take it out until now, so this is my first range test, accuracy test ever, so I appreciate if you please be kind in the comments. Just to show, this is the 9e, which some people say is part of the SR series, is not part of the SR series. Essentially, you're getting an SR9 with the exception of the sights, the loaded chamber indicator, 1 magazine instead of 2, and different serrations on the slides. In fact, the manual that came with the gun was identical to the SR9, except it came with an extra page for the parts difference in the slide mechanism versus the regular SR9. So I fired 3 kinds of ammo. I had some Perfecta, 115 grain, some Fiocchi, 115 grain, and some Federal that was in one of those Walmart economy packs. I really don't know what the grain size is, but just to show you, we are safety checked. One thing about the ammo is that Perfecta is made in Italy, Fiocchi is made in Italy, and if you look at the rounds as a comparison, they're virtually identical. So I don't know, I was probably shooting the exact same bullet, didn't know. But anyway, we'll show what the results look like. Again, safety checked, good to go. Okay, so what I did was 5 3-shot groups, and I'll start off with the Fiocchi 115 grain at 5 feet. There you go. I mean, we're talking an inch. I don't know. I'm not good at range tests, but just to show you what kind of accuracy I got. Gunshot smooth, very low recoil, easy to shoot, very predictable. I put the front sight right over the bullseye, and that's where it went. Okay, Fiocchi 10 feet. Again, you know, it's just spread out a little bit more. Again, 115 grain, 9mm. There you go. Alright, then things start to spread a little bit. Had a bit of a flyer. It was one of those things where after I pulled the trigger, I knew that it was going to be off a little bit. But again, you can see I had several that were almost 2 through the same hole. 15 feet, 115 grain. Okay, now we're up to 20 feet. A little bit more of a spread. You know, again, I was trying to take my time. As you can see, first, second, third. Okay, there's your impact points. But again, very accurate. $350 handgun. I think I paid about $365 out the door with sales tax. And there's your 25 feet. Again, spread out of just a few inches for the grouping. Again, fairly reliable. I don't know if I was just pulling back off to the left every time I'd fire it. I'm right-handed, so who knows? It might have been something I was doing. First time I ever took the gun out, you know, I cleaned it, inspected it, made sure it's good to go. Alright, up next we've got the Perfecta 115 grain at 5 feet. Just to save you in the comment section, no, that's not blood. Okay, that was actually paint from a table. 2 rounds through the same hole. One shot right below it. 115 grain, 9mm. Again, it's probably identical to the Fiocchi. I'm not sure. I haven't really looked into the who makes all the ammo for whom. I do know that the Perfecta is imported by Tula Ammo. 10 feet, Fiocchi, straight across. I should probably point out at this time that I'm just a firearms enthusiast. I'm not former military, former law enforcement. I'm not an expert sharpshooter, and I'm obviously not very good with the camera either. Let's bring that back on here. Alright, so where are we at? There we go. Okay, 15 feet. Again, I'm just fairly consistent. I mean, if there's anything I can say about this gun, it is boringly predictable. Wherever you put that front sight is where it's going to go. Now, there's probably a lot of people that are saying, you know, what's the point of this review? It's basically an SR9. You know, it's going to perform exactly the same. It's got the same lower. The barrels, I don't know, it's probably the same. The slide's machined a little bit differently. Again, just trying to show you, if you want to save $100 and you don't care about having a second mag, you want a smooth shooter, this is the way to go. Again, 2 shots through the same hole. One of these two is 2 shots through the same hole. This is 20 feet with the Perfecta. And by the way, the Perfecta ammo I pick up at Walmart. It's about 14 bucks a box, so it's not a bad deal. The Fiocchi I think I got on sale at Cabela's. 25 feet. Again, we spread out a little bit, but we're within, you know, 2.5, 3 inches of each other. All right. Point of aim pretty good. Now, I did have just 12 random rounds of Federal floating around, so I thought I'd go ahead and get that. This is what comes in those bulk ammo boxes for, you know, I don't know if they cost like $32 or whatever. I don't know the grain weight, maybe 115 grain, it's just whatever comes in the maroon boxes. 2 through the same hole at 5. This is at 10 feet. Since I only had 10 rounds, I decided to go ahead and start at 10 feet. 2 through the same hole, 1 down below. Okay, so as you can see, great grouping at 10 feet. 15 feet, spreads out just a little bit. These were the last rounds that I fired, and I was trying not to get too trigger happy. I was trying to really concentrate, although 17 plus 1, you kind of want to just see what you can do with it. Pretty accurate on the irons that I was shooting at too. Federal, 20 feet, 9mm. Again, unknown grain weight. A couple inches spread out there. Okay, so 2 towards the bottom, 1 towards the top. 20 feet. All right. And finally, 25 feet. I don't know if I was just losing concentration or what happened. I mean, I was somewhat on target, a little bit high. I might have been maybe pulling the barrel up a little bit higher. I'm not sure. But anyway, wherever that front sight points is where the rounds are going to go. So that's the point I'm trying to make with this video. I also wanted to make this video because there are really no other accuracy tests out there on this firearm. It is fantastic. Here, let's bring it back. I've been very happy with the construction. is awesome. I mean, the build quality is great. I've got a Glock, a Beretta, a few other firearms, an SD9VE. I also have one of those, which is I see as a direct competitor to the Ruger 9e. I love that SD9VE, but it was not reliable. It kept failure to feed, failure to eject, failure to return to battery. Until I changed out the guide rod in the spring with Galloway aftermarket unit. After that, the gun was great, but then again, it also cost me an extra $30, so I was about $360, $370 out on that SD9VE, which I love. I still have it, but again, the Ruger, it's a great gun. So anyway, that's my review. Hope you guys liked it. Trigger, smooth, reset. You can hear it click. It's pretty obvious. Very smooth trigger pull. I know the trigger seems a bit springy, a bit gritty when you dry fire it. But when you actually fire the gun, once it's hot and loaded, and you do fire it, it's very reliable. So, I mean, it's very, very smooth. But anyway, leave some comments down below. Let me know what you think. And that's about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this range report accuracy test of the Ruger Ruger 9e. All right, later.